Grogu. He's a baby. He's adorable. He's got a little baby parka, and he eats blue macaroons. Da 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 da.
And
Man. This is the way. This is the way.
Mama.
You can't just lead off with "this is the way."
This
It's not a greeting. It's not aloha.
This is the way, brother.
This is the way. Hey, brother.
This is the way. I need healing, brother.
Mozambique.
Mozambique here, brother.
Blue macaroons here, brother.
Hey, Mozambique, yeah.
Okay, we're done. We're getting
Sorry.
canceled.
I can edit this. Will I?
Probably not.
Time will tell.
But we're here and full effect.
Really?
Yes.
We're here.
We're here.
Get used to it.
Mandalorian, what is it? Yeah, you guys got to get used to this. Get used to my lovely voice.
Anyway,
So,
we got a lot to cover.
we got a lot to cover. We had some time off last week because of Thanksgiving. We had some things, so we weren't able to record. So now we get to info dump because the last 2 episodes of Mandalorian were
Fantastic.
Amazing.
they were action packed.
Other adjectives that are positive.
Yeah.
Super
The other
wiki
things.
shit.
They were flavor packed, flavor blasted.
Okay.
I loved it.
So we're on episode 6. So let's cover episode 5.
Yep.
So what happened in episode 4 again? Oh yeah. So he took off.
Yeah.
And that was it. To look for the Jedi. Cue episode 5. The Jedi.
No way.
Yeah.
You
It's
think that was
crazy.
planned?
I thought it was that.
I don't know how it was going to work, but, you know.
That whole episode was just a splice together of Kurosawa and every spaghetti western I've ever seen.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? I'll cover this later, but did you guys catch the?
Kurosawa moment.
The Kurosawa moment, but did you also capture the little Easter egg that they put in from Tombstone? Oh, all right. But anyway, let's continue.
I thought that episode was rad. I thought that was rad.
It was sick,
Oh, it was dope.
and
my bae Ahsoka Tano finally was fantastic.
and she did such a
So
good
good.
job.
But
so
the
good.
tentacles weren't long enough.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Cares.
Shut your stupid face, Ahsoka Tano.
One's
Was in
also a
Mandalorian.
cartoon and one's real. Learn the difference, you waifu loving nerds.
I mean, they've said it's just hard to animate. Like, not
Yeah.
animate, but,
her
animate
to move around
and make it look realistic. So,
yeah.
who cares?
Her
And in
lightsabers were
in
silver.
real life, they're an actual like appendage, so they know how to work with them. But
Yeah.
don't overcomplicate something. Just accept the fact that it's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
Am I going to be pissed off because a character's cape is 1 inch too short? No, I'm not going to
Yes.
care.
Oh.
As long
Okay,
as they have the kid, that's
so-
all it is.
I hated the guy, the military, guy with the rifle.
Her right hand man.
Yeah,
The main lady.
The gunslinger.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he was dumb.
hated him so much. Yeah, and he's so stupid.
Did you guys know who that was?
He is something big and something I can't remember.
Isn't
what
that
it
Myrtle?
was.
Myrtle?
No, it was the guy who played what was his name? Kyle Reese. To go back and save Sarah Connor in the original Terminator.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
But anyway, now that we're talking about him, now I can talk about that. They had the scene where they're all like, "Bow, bow, wow," like about to do the shoot off. Because he actually tells the Mandalorian, he goes, "My fight ain't with you, Mando." That's the line from that. He's like, "My fight ain't with you, Holiday." Oh, I
the
beg to
same
differ.
one. Oh,
You know, it's that. Oh, come on. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And
That was dope.
the fact that he just they finally did a real blaster high noon duel.
Yeah.
And that was awesome because I was expecting that with everyone's like, "Oh, well, Han and Greedo, that doesn't count."
No.
That's not what we're talking
Han shot
about.
first.
No, Han shot first, 100%.
I'm talking middle of the alley, silence, staring
Yeah.
each other's eyes, hand shaking next
Yeah.
to pistol.
I thought it was a lovely juxtaposition having the Western shootout
With the
in the front,
Kurosawa
and
samurai
then
fight
the
off.
samurai fight on the other side, which is what the Jedi are like.
Known for.
Yeah, originated from kind of thing with George Lucas, and then just the wall in the middle and having them both go on at the same time was fantastic.
And the difference in fighting, how one was over in a second and one was just kind of like drawn out.
I like how they're just standing there for a while, and then he just goes,
Oh,
I think your side won. But how stupid do you have to be to try to cross a Mandalorian?
yeah.
Dumb.
You know, because I really did. I was like, oh, he's just gonna be on his way, and then it kind of struck me like,
He's not.
But isn't that kind of the theme with the Star Wars galaxy? You have the antagonist who always thinks they're the best. I feel like that's what Star Wars is full of. People that think they're awesome and are really terrible.
Galaxy is a big place.
Galaxy's a big place.
You're the best up until you run into the person who's better than you.
And
Yeah,
then you're
pretty
just
much.
no longer a person.
I have the higher ground.
Sometimes you're really good at backflips. Sometimes you get all your legs chopped off.
And it's burned half
Catch on
almost to
fire.
death.
Some try and talk you
Get
into trying to
looted.
get the higher ground, and you get your legs cut off.
Yeah, man, it happens.
But it's funny because we're starting from the end of the episode and probably going backwards. But it was such a memorable scene. It really was because
It brought the two things that were mainly what inspired Star Wars together. And obviously, I'm sure everyone's heard it by now, but Baby Yoda finally has a name,
but
which his name is
Baby Yoda.
Okay.
Baby Yoda.
Nah.
Nah.
We all still
Spoilers.
affectionately are going to refer to him as Baby Yoda, even though I think the real official name of Grogu,
Thank
Gertrude.
ferret.
Thank Ferric,
Gurgle. Grabus.
Yeah.
Baby
Grimace.
Gronkowski.
Baby Grimace.
Oh,
Baby Gronk.
He's like Gronk.
Oh, but I don't know if these guys saw it.
Uh-huh.
But did you see when
saw
Mandalorian was
it.
walking up towards Ahsoka? Her little owl Morai was in the tree.
Was it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Oh, I did not notice that.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Morai is in the canon now.
That's cool. I like that.
I saw that. I saw that
So
too. I was
cool.
like,
I'm like,
ooh.
this thing's been in Rebels, it's been in Clone Wars, now it's in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, so
It's really
much,
cool.
so much good stuff. I just
You don't
love,
see it flying; it's just
love it.
like perched on a branch.
That's cool.
I just like how it started, like with just straight up Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
We're
was
here.
really cool.
She's here. Forget
And
it.
use her lightsabers, be like, "Look, I'm over here." No, I'm not.
It was so dope. And Rosario Dawson,
Yes.
So good.
amazing job.
She did so good.
An amazing job
So
playing
good.
her.
I know we comment on the story for the most part, but the cinematography of that scene was amazing. With
Really
just,
good.
That
It's
whole
like-
episode.
yeah.
Just go. I want to hear.
Oh, just that's one of those scenes that I'll think about for a long time when I think about Mandalorian. Is that the scene they shoot? She's there, puff of smoke, lightsabers off,
Yep.
disappears, pops up again, takes out another one,
And
puffs.
she, she pulls the same poses as the Ahsoka does in the animated series too.
And that's what she actually said. She said she rewatched Clone Wars a bunch of times, specifically every scene with Ahsoka fighting, to make sure that it was accurate as possible. And that's what I really, really, really respect about people, not just with Star Wars. When you're going to play a character that's beloved like that, and you genuinely try to dive into it, mad respect for that.
Heath Ledger.
Mad respect. Yeah, Heath Ledger really trying to do well. Same thing with
Tom Hardy and Bane.
Tom Hardy being Bane, or Superman with handsome Henry Cavill. Yeah, it's awesome.
He's the Witcher now, and I like him more.
I want to
Always
toss him
in
a
my heart.
coin.
Yeah, but no, I think it's awesome. She did a fantastic. Everyone from that cast did such a good job. The costuming was great. Everything was cool. I would have liked to see a little bit more resolution on the little civilian side of the characters, just to kind of see what happened. Because
Yeah.
all you really saw was them going, "Yay, they're dead! Here, you, oldest person in the village, have this vest."
Well, I think he was probably in charge of the village
Yeah,
before,
before.
right?
He
But
was.
that was really cool. I liked that he couldn't say. Literally,
Yeah.
he's like, "So what's going on here?"
He's like, "Don't talk to anyone."
Yeah, and yeah.
But that's how it was under Imperial rule. That's law, and I respected that.
Let's go on the fact that Veskar can block lightsabers.
Right?
Yeah,
That was cool to see that.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that is awesome.
Well, that was,
to finally see that like actually be a thing.
Yeah, that's how it was like back a long time ago. Like in the Old Republic, they would use vibroblades.
Yeah,
The vibroblades were made out of Beskar, and they could block lightsabers. And that was why the Neo Crusaders were so terrifying to the Jedi.
That name sounds terrifying.
Yeah, the Neo Crusaders.
Yeah,
but that's why they were terrifying to the Jedi, is because their whole armor. Their whole armor was impervious to lightsaber and blaster.
Exactly.
Obviously, you hack down at it long enough, it'll go down.
It'll.
The fact that they could just bing, 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 Wonder Woman, like nothing could. It was so cool.
I think your computer's having a stroke.
No, my computer does that. It has like.
Oh, it has a heartbeat. That's
creepy. I want to talk about the part where Ahsoka and Grogu were talking, and then Mando asks her to train. Asks her to train him. And then she pulled the whole Mace Windu Yoda thing on Anakin, like he's too old. Yeah, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot he's like 50 years old. I know.
You think he's like 3?
He's got an attachment to the Mandalorian and the whole thing. He's afraid, which I want to talk about in episode 6.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
I know. But the whole he's afraid, like he's gonna lose his attachments and all that kind of stuff. Like I can't train him
because he's gonna have anger, and it breeds hatred, and that's. Right? Is that the point, right?
Yeah. You saw a little bit of that.
Leads to suffering.
Yeah. But it's true. You saw a little bit of that when Mando and Cara Dune were arm wrestling. And then she just starts choking, and then Baby Yoda's just going at it. And I mean, it's true.
Yeah, he's
true, especially, I mean, even though he's 50, he's still a baby. He's still a baby. And it's going to take a while for him to understand his emotions. He doesn't get it.
My favorite part of the episode was right after they did the, like, I can't train him. He's too old. And Mando's like, oh, he's just a baby. I have to bring him back to his people. Like, who cares if he has attachments? Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka was like, I've seen the best of us fall to it. Yeah. I'm like, holy crap. She's talking about Anakin Skywalker and the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Just to call back to that.
It hit me. I was the only one in the room with the people I was watching with. I was like, oh, maybe my lady might have understood it because she's a big Star Wars nerd too. But my heart dropped when she said that.
Yeah. It was. She had a lot of good liners. Even the fact that she even paid homage to Master Yoda.
Like, and then Grogu.
But they apparently put something in there where they were talking about someone. I think it was actually Dave Filoni explained what happened to Baby Yoda during the Temple Purge. He obviously it's kind of like side story that he put in. It wasn't in the show, but it was pretty cool.
Seriously, how did he survive?
They said that they already had some of the younglings leave in their protection, but then he was taken, but they never said who took him.
I saw a meme that said it had Anakin and Grogu, and it said, "You've been really nice to me. You shouldn't be on the Jedi Temple on this day."
Hey, don't show up for Padawan training tomorrow. Thanks, Danny.
It's just like when you give that one kid in high school
the Snickers.
Yeah.
Thanks for the candy.
But I think it's cool that Mandalorian is.
It's making so many things
without pissing people off. It's demystifying the Jedi.
Yeah,
in a sense.
No, that's true.
Because you can fight a Jedi if you have the right tools. Yeah. Because you watch Star Wars and literally you can cut through doors, they can cut through people, armor, a pistol, anything.
Clankers.
Like you can
Clankers.
You can cut through anything, but that's not actually true. And now it's demystifying the Jedi.
Well, obviously, there's only like 3 left.
And I know this is kind of it's a non-specific term. I don't mean it like this, but they're human now.
Yeah,
they're human in the sense of the word. They're human.
With Star Wars, see. I mean, we're still gonna see these people because they're not gonna put a new Jedi in, but Star Wars is about the best of the best Jedi. You know, the best of the best. I made that joke about Attack on Titan. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh yeah, these are the heroes, but what about the guy that doesn't know how to use his like propulsion pack and flies into the mouth of the Titan? It's the same thing. Those Jedi who just aren't the best of the best, they're gone. Yeah. You know, those are the ones that they would fight and they would lose. You know, you look at Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan and you're just like, those are the best. They won't lose. Even
you never see the guy with the big forehead.
Ever.
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Yeah.
Ki-Adi-Mundi. I've never seen him fight anybody.
He's too busy reproducing with his race.
He was one of the only Jedis that was allowed to actually reproduce.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
I did see
his clone troopers hated him.
Huh.
Yep.
Huh.
His clone troopers hated him because he didn't care about their well-being.
I did see a thing that says that Baby Grogu might be Yoda and Yaddle's offspring, because it might be the same thing as Bundy, where they might have had to, because the race, there's not that many. Obviously, we haven't seen that many, so they might have had to.
But he's 50 years old.
Have another.
That's why he was protected. Interesting.
Well, yeah, because
Yoda wasn't at the temple either.
So line up the timeline on that. I mean, he's 50 years old. He would be.
Well,
He was born
at
the
that
same
time
time as
was-
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, Yoda at that time was... No, he wasn't.
It wasn't?
Yeah, no, he would have been. Yeah, around that time.
Anakin?
Yeah, he would have been. He would have been born around that time.
Yeah.
When Anakin first got there?
No, when
Oh,
Anakin
before.
was born.
Oh, okay.
Because Anakin was a manifestation of the Force.
A lot of people that watch the movies,
It's true. It's
Yeah.
a lot of people that watch the movies, they forget that, like, obviously Anakin Skywalker, we'll use his age range, but Anakin Skywalker, Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, now Baby Grogu, they're all around at the same time, but we only know Anakin's story.
Yep.
Even Boba Fett was in the movies. We don't know his story until we watched the Clone Wars and Rebels and found out what happened to him.
Yeah,
I remember I used to read the Dark
all the
Horse
same
comics
age.
for Boba Fett all the time
they're
when I was
so good.
when I was little, and the fact that they like never referenced any of that, I'm like, that sucks. Like the fact that Boba Fett has killed a Hutt
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah.
Boba Fett slaughtered a Hutt.
nice.
So
Boba Fett's dope.
Can we talk about the really big good part of episode 5 for all the Legends and Rebels fans?
go for it.
We found out why Ahsoka Tano is going after this magistrate lady who just is stupid and she doesn't take care of her village. But Grand Admiral Thrawn has obviously survived, which means, Monty, that someone else might have survived.
Yep.
Yes.
Cal?
Yep.
Ezra Bridges.
Yep.
Please.
Please.
Ruben, have you seen Rebels? No?
Please.
Do you have any idea who Grand Admiral Thrawn is?
Bro, I'm just here for the content.
I
enjoy
know how the anime
Mandalorian.
feels.
Bro, I watched the Star Wars movies. I've watched Mandalorian all the way up to now. But yeah, I haven't watched Clone Wars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't. And you know what? I want to watch it.
We're gonna have
But
to
I
watch
have
it.
to watch the rest of Demon Slayer. I have to watch
Pause it.
Seven
That's
Deadly
way more
Sins.
important. Star Wars is way
I
more
got
More important.
stuff to do.
More important.
I got things to do. And I got to watch Boruto because apparently the last episode
Watch
was really
Clone
good.
Wars first.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so Grand Admiral Thrawn is second only to the Emperor
Got it.
in like standing in the Empire. And to make him even more important, how many other alien races have an officer position in the Imperial Army?
Never. The Empire was very
Xenophobic.
racially- yeah, they were very racially divided.
He's the only that I can think of
Yeah.
alien.
What
I
is
mean,
he?
we're talking about Star Wars. He's a Chiss. They're very strategic and very good at hand-to-hand combat. They're the most
Some of the most intelligent
militaristic
species.
strategy people.
Out there, like the best of the
Generals,
best.
yeah.
So
in
big-
that
they're
universe.
awesome.
So
They're the
big oof if he's still alive.
He got big.
yeah.
He got big boy energy.
So
Yeah.
Big oof.
spoilers. Rebels ends with Ezra Bridger force pushing Grand Admiral Thrawn out of a window. They both got taken by hyperspace whales. It sounds funny, but they're awesome.
They're
Once
cool.
you watch
Okay,
Rebels.
cool.
They're cool.
And don't know if they're dead or
Right.
alive.
Just a cliffhanger.
But they both went.
So Thrawn, we now know that Thrawn is alive, and I strongly believe Ezra Bridger is alive because, again, Episode 9, the Jedi who are dead, you hear their voices. We hear Ahsoka Tano, and we hear Kanan Jarrus. Both are from Rebels. We do not hear Ezra Bridger. I think it's funny that we heard Kanan, which was Ezra's master, but not Ezra if he's not dead.
So, what do you guys think they're setting up for? Because it sounds like there's going to be a lot of villains.
I think we should talk about that in Episode 6.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So moving on to episode 6.
Are we? Are we done? Is
I
that
think-
everything
I think
from episode
We
5?
talked about the
I
big
think
stuff.
we've covered enough.
Big stuff.
Oh,
What
Sorry.
you got?
One last thing for episode 5 because it goes into episode 6. When she's trying to see if Grogu can move the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Doesn't listen
important.
to her at all, and then Mando does it, and he does.
Yeah.
Because of the attachment, which is not good for a Jedi.
Which is not
to
good.
have.
Follow or whatever going into
But
episode 6.
Grogu looks at him as his father figure, so he's his mentor in a way.
Yeah. Well, and so that translates in episode 6. The beginning of episode 6. He does it again, and he's like, oh, "Great Scott!"
Like he's all excited and stuff. And it's
but
funny.
it freaks Mando out, and he instantly sees Grogu freaks out, and he's all, "No, that was good. You did good."
Yeah.
But you could see
because he swore at him.
Well, they're like creepy sorcerer wizard.
I mean, if you watch someone and I just kind of like force pushed and bah, grab this water bottle, like wouldn't you guys like freak the hell out?
Well, but they've been
like no, hey,
I would
it's
say
okay.
no. I'd say teach me.
Yeah, I would agree. I would teach
But
me.
instantly at first,
Teach
wouldn't you flip your?
But the
If I didn't know better,
Mandalorians, you could say that it's almost like propaganda for them. They, in a way, they don't fear Jedi, but they're their enemies. So when they do stuff like that, they just see them as creepy space wizards. So it's just like that stuff's weird to me, you know. And
but
it defies the laws of physics.
Yeah,
they never talked about the Jedi. They were never raised learning about the Jedi. The old Mandalorians were, like back when it was, like Sabine, and you had the. But anyway, back when you had Sabine and a lot of the actual like traditional Mandalorians, even the pacifist Mandalorians, they still knew about the Jedi because they were around and they were taught about them and stuff like that. They were real, but they just stopped talking about it because they're all dead. All the Jedi are dead. They were purged, so just got to move on.
But yeah, it's a trip. That was cool because you see his reaction, but it also shows that he is taking a fatherly or at least a guardian position because he's like, oh, I scared him. Like, no, it's a good thing. You did good.
You did good.
I'm freaked out. I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I think
like the first time you ever throw a spiral and your dad's like, yes, and you're like,
whoa,
no, you did good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It's just it's cool to see that, and the fact that Mando is like kind of chuckling to see like his more human side when he calls him by his name.
Ever hear Mando laugh?
yeah, that was the first time I've ever heard or seen him laugh.
Yeah.
Never. That was the very first time, and then it was cool to see that.
There's so much in this episode.
But anyway,
but
now we're
moving
good.
on.
Let's move on.
Moving on.
So episode 6 is completely and utterly the best thing I've ever watched ever.
It's action packed.
Ever.
It's 100 miles an hour from start to finish.
I thought 5 was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God. 6 was even better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mando ends up touching down on Typhon, and there's supposed to be unbeknownst to him, kind of like a Jedi temple that he's supposed to go and see. So he gets there, he's looking around like, okay, well, there's nothing here, and he ends up putting Grogu on the rock, and he's like, well, you're supposed to talk to it. It's supposed to talk to you.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing it's supposed to do.
He just, just like, all right, well, I'm going to sit there. And out of nowhere, you just start hearing coming over and you look up. And then there is Slave One entering the atmosphere.
Slave One.
Yeah.
Slave frickin' One. So obviously, we all know that there's only one person who flies the Slave One, and that is our main man, Boba Fett. So Mando doesn't know who Boba Fett is. Boba Fett's theoretically dead.
That was such a cool interaction.
I know.
Between the two of them. Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it.
So he ends up getting in kind of like a shootout with Boba Fett. And Boba Fett has no armor, no nothing.
He missed on purpose. Boba Fett would not have missed 100%. If he had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Definitely. But anyway, Mando's like, well, I could kill you. And he goes, oh, I wouldn't worry about me. I'd worry about the kid. And he's like, you can't hit the kid from here. He goes, I'll kill you before you draw. He goes, like I said, I wouldn't worry about me. I got a sniper aimed at the baby. And then he's like, oh, wow. And it ends up being that Imperial spy that he killed. And Boba Fett ended up saving her life on Tatooine, just like his was saved. So it's just pretty cool. Anyway, Boba Fett is saying something like, listen, there doesn't have to be a fight. I don't have to kill you. The whole, you're not a real Mandalorian. Yes, I am. You're not a real Mandalorian. You took your helmet off.
That was my favorite part. It's just like, give me the armor. No. but it's mine. No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
No,
it's not.
Prove it. Give me the armor and I will.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But
and
anyway.
then what happens?
So anyway,
That part.
what ends up happening is out of nowhere, the Empire shows up. And kind of the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of deal. They all start fighting off the Empire. And Boba says, I promise you, as long as you give me the armor, no damage or no harm will come to the child. And he's a man of his word, so he does that. They end up getting into a big fight. Mandalorian tries to go save Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is quite literally meditating the hell out of everything. Did you notice he was actually doing the finger touch thing?
I saw.
Yeah.
He's actually
I
doing
saw.
that. But he's in basically a force bubble.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in a force bubble. Nothing can penetrate it. He's, so...
And he kept trying. Mando kept trying to get in.
kept
to save
trying.
him.
He got close.
But it ends up rocketing the Mandalorian back, knocking him out. So it's Boba fighting off Mandalorians. And I gotta say, because in at this time, Boba Fett is probably around in his late 40s, early 50s. So he is fighting off stormtroopers, quite literally breaking skulls in half with his Tusken Raider staff.
The Bowie staff thing. Did you see it didn't show him hit him in the face, but then it like panned away and and the stormtrooper's helmet was smashed in.
Yeah.
Like there was no head in
Completely
it.
smashed.
Like done.
I was like,
It was
whoa.
No one survived that. But
It
anyway,
was the most un-Disney thing I've seen.
Very undisney.
They're doing a good job.
he
with
was
that.
throttling
Staying out of it.
stormtroopers,
He
just
was.
wrecking them
They're
left
just
and
being
right.
dismembered.
But I like the fact you
Lightsaber
see
fights.
the pure anger in Boba as
Just
he's fighting
rage.
back against them.
Just
He's like, he
rage.
just does not care for them.
And can we talk about how Tamara Morrison is coming up on 60 here, and he is just wrecking people. That is that New Zealand badassness that I've come to expect. But he is such a
Didn't even do the
legend.
haka before.
God bless him. He is such a legend.
Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I think maybe you guys will agree. The fight scene was great. It was really good.
Yeah.
But because the episode was so good, I would say that the fight scene was the down point of the episode. Not that it started going downhill, but that was actually like
When you
the
have a fight
least
scene,
eventful.
When you have a fight scene that is considered the stagnant point.
Yeah, and it was great. But
I see what you're saying.
Before,
Yeah.
amazing. Obviously it's just like, well, what did he do? He found a rock and but it shows that you're setting something up. And then Boba Fett shows up, and so those small things you go, oh no, like what's happening?
Your fight scene is your filler.
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's usually the other way around. You build up to a fight scene.
Yeah, and then so cut to after the fight scene.
No, mid-fight scene.
Mid-fight scene.
Mid-fight
He grabs-
scene.
yeah.
Boba Fett notices the Razor Crest and he knows the armor's in there. He runs off.
That's what it was. I was like, when did he get his armor? Because I think I blinked.
And Mandalorian, basically Mando and the Imperial spy are kind of
Pinned.
They're pinned. All the stormtroopers surrounding them, and Mando says basically, "Hey, take your shots. I'll cover you." And it's kind of a bullet sponge for her, just taking shot after shot to the armor, which was really cool. Just like he did with Bo-Katan in the ship. But anyway, he's just getting blasted. They're about to die. Frankly, they wouldn't have lasted. They would have died. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Boba Fett flies in with his jetpack and his OG Boba Fett armor. Looks so wicked sick.
In his like robe with the armor over.
Yeah, it looks. I got Star Wars 1313 vibes from that for sure.
It'll look cool because that they're gonna be like, oh, he polished it and it looks brand new, but it looks nice tarnished.
It does
the way it is.
Well, that's the Sarlacc acid trying to eat through the Beskar. But anyway, it finally confirmed the knee rockets. Knee rockets are confirmed, which is awesome.
Those are sweet.
Because that was the thing. No one ever knew what that was. And everyone was like, out of nowhere, they were just like, it's rockets on his knees. And everyone's like, that's stupid. Boom, kills people with rocket knees. So stuff like that.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand, sha. He ends up just, like I said, just throttling the stormtroopers. There's nothing they could do. They end up saying, all right, we're done. We're escaping. We're out of here. So they leave. They get in their ships. Boba Fett drops his visor, fires off his jetpack rocket, hits the top ship, which ends up crashing into the other one, killing all the stormtroopers. And Amando walks up. He's like, "Man, that was a good shot." And he goes, "I was aiming for the other one."
Just so funny. It was a good exchange between the two of them.
It was so cool.
Yep.
So
and what is the last like action of a dying ship?
So they decide, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. So the Dark Troopers end up coming out. So we covered the Dark Troopers before. Moff Gideon sends down the Dark Troopers. They surround Baby Yoda, who's no longer in his, little force bubble.
He went to take a nap.
He went naps.
I wonder what that did. That's what I'm curious.
It connected him with the Force. It was a beacon, so he could reach out to other Force-sensitive people.
So now they know he was.
Now
there.
they know he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see his still inability to control it because after he tears him apart, puts him down, so he has to go to sleep.
Yeah,
because it's I gotta go night bed.
You gotta go night.
I'm gonna take a nap right here.
Wait,
good night.
Did his ship get blown up before the Dark Troopers?
So, no, because
it was after.
It was after because the Dark Troopers grab Baby Yoda and take off, and then Mando's like, "Oh my god, I gotta get him!"
Yeah.
So he runs to his ship, and all of a sudden the Star Cruiser up
That
top.
was a huge blast,
dude. It and you know what? A lot of people are like, "No, man, it blew up." No, it did. It incinerated.
There was no ship
there
left.
was
It
nothing.
only
incinerated.
two things survived the explosion:
Which were
the little metal ball,
which
and
Grogu loves.
and the Beskar spear.
Yep.
So that we can fight the Darksaber.
And there's also what do you call it? And I think that also destroyed his disintegration rifle too.
I think he got his
disintegration
rifle too, because he left it there.
So no more shocking his way out of things. But anyway, so
But he
that
had the
happens,
Beskar spear though.
and his ship gets destroyed, and it's kind of everyone was like, "Oh no, it's
Yep.
actually gone this time. You can't pay him on calamari to fix it anymore." But anyway, he
Ship needed exploded.
yeah, basically it was on its last legs anyway. But he ends up being like, "Okay, I don't know what to do." Boba Fett's like, "Don't worry, I got this." And obviously, Boba Fett in the lore, he is cloaked from the Empire. The Empire can't see his ship. It was kind of like a deal he set up with
Is
Vader.
that why he got so close?
That's why he was able to get. They can't see him. He's effectively.
I thought that was
cloaked.
weird. I was like, why'd they blow up that one ship and then this one's flying right underneath them?
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah.
So anyway, Boba Fett
makes
flies
sense.
off after the baby, and he's like, "I got a shot. I can take the shot." And Mando's like, "Don't do it. Don't take the shot. You'll hurt the baby." And he's like, "All right, cool. I'm pulling off." So he pulls off. Now, carry on, Tyler. Here you go.
Go ahead.
Now that Moff Gideon has him.
Oh, dude, I'm so sad. It was so sad because Mando used his little visor to see the child. He's like, meh.
Yeah.
He's
When
like,
he's flying
"Papa,
away."
no.
And then the whole exchange after that, when Boba Fett came back down, and I just lost my train of thought.
Code.
He told
The
him.
codes.
Not the code, but oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
he explained like Mando was like, "Oh well, you guys can go now. I'll go get the child." He's like, "No,
No.
like we promised to bring it back in safe hands. Like I have the armor, and I promise I'd bring it back
No
to you."
damage would come
Oh,
to
and he
the
also
child.
showed him his
binary
like,
code.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
And
this
some,
is my
someone
armor.
has translated it to what it says. It says that Jango Fett was a foundling. It says where he was found. So Jango Fett isn't necessarily Mandalorian, but just like Din Djarin, he was
Yeah.
a foundling by the Mandalorians, which makes him a Mandalorian.
Yep.
Which makes Boba
Boba
Fett
Fett a Mandalorian.
finally canon. All the haters can shut up.
Yeah.
Boba
Suck
Fett
it,
is
haters.
a Mandalorian because it was
Chuck it hairs.
his
Suck
armor
it,
just
haters.
like his father before him.
I always thought Boba was Mandalorian. I thought
Yeah.
Jango was Mandalorian. I mean, it's obvious the armor. You cannot wear the armor unless you are Mandalorian.
Or
Period.
unless you're
Cobb Vanth did.
I was just gonna say.
unless you're Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah. Besides,
And you're wearing a tank top armor.
Yeah.
Hello,
Besides
fellow
him.
Mandalorians.
How do you do, fellow Mandos?
hey, what's up, brother? They like, you ain't from this hood, sir. What are you doing?
Let's have some splash.
Why
You're
you
in a
running
crop
those
top.
colors, homie?
I like your crop top.
I like your cut, G.
But go. Sorry, Tyler. Go
That
ahead.
was. Oh, and the fact that they also brought back Jango's famous line from Clone Wars, from episode 2,
Which one?
because he talks to Boba Fett. He goes, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm just a man trying to make his way in the galaxy," just like Jango says to Obi-Wan on Kamino.
Yeah, was cool.
So cool. Which is great because Tamara Morrison already knows that line, so it's super easy for him.
I liked that Boba Fett had more lines in this episode than 3 movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, going back to, was it flashback to episode 5?
Yeah.
How Ahsoka didn't want to train Grogu because of hatred and all that stuff, attachments.
Yeah.
I thought, moving to the next scene in episode 6, when he was on the ship, I thought he was going to kill those stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I
kept
did.
bringing it up to Caitlin.
He was ping-ponging him.
Yeah.
I was like, Jedi don't do that. They would have just sat there and meditated. He's over here like
flinging it. Well, because here's
he's
the thing.
hurting them.
But he's scared.
Yeah.
He's scared. He doesn't know what to do.
It's because he's channeling dark side when he's doing that.
But it's instinctual. He's scared.
Well, the look on his face, because he threw him a couple times, but there was that last part. It looked like he was force choking them, and you see the look on his face is anger, not scared, anger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, I thought they were gonna die, but maybe they did, but he just dropped them,
But still, even the fact that he was doing that
is
not the Jedi.
Not a Jedi way.
This is not the Jedi way.
But that's the whole point behind Jedi and Sith. The Jedi work so hard to control those urges, and the Sith work so hard to let those urges go.
Yeah.
Baby Grogu, let him go.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. That's why there's a lot of
Baby shark. Dude.
Oh no.
Baby Grogu.
I think that shows he's letting his emotions go, but you have to also understand, which we all know, he's a baby.
He looks more and more not like a puppet too.
Yeah, which is
getting
nice. The
way better.
CGI is getting a lot better.
But
He's a baby.
Yeah.
He can't control his emotions. So there is
same
a
thing
part
with your son. I mean, he doesn't know some things. I mean, he does now. He's a little person.
Yeah.
But when he was a baby, he didn't know.
He gets frustrated
Babies
easily.
don't-
Yeah.
He can't process the emotions that way.
Yes, he is kind of giving into the dark side, but you don't have full-on Jedi that are... I mean, he's 50, but he's a baby still, so you don't have Jedis that are 6 years old, because they can't control their emotions yet. Yeah. So that's what's showing...
That's why they train them at a young age.
Exactly.
Start the Jedis at, what?
What was it? When did
8, I think?
Yeah. 7 or 8.
Little Anakin was
Spartans.
Little Anakin was 12, 13.
And he was too old.
He was too old.
But
he's going after that 16-year-old queen, though.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting part because he hasn't had any training and he's a baby. So his emotions. It might be kind of an anime trope type thing where maybe his emotions lead him to be even stronger. Because he's so young, he can't control
the dark side.
But
the dark side.
That's the dark side's way of thinking about it. Is no. Emotions make you stronger.
Yeah.
You have to let your emotions.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's the problem with the Sith is that it's really not wrong.
It's letting your
it's a point of view.
There's letting you control your emotions. There's letting your emotions control you, and then there's knowing when to do both. That's where the gray Jedi come in.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that there's a lot of people like the gray Jedi don't exist. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They're all around. They just aren't called by that name.
Well, it's like Mace Windu used dark side powers.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, after Episode 6, went and learned the dark side of the Force so that he could better understand the light. You got to know the dark to know the light. There's only light if there's.
You got to be able to identify it.
So that's that. Maybe it's not a Mandalorian question. Maybe it's just a Star Wars universe question. But
my favorite.
If you are in touch with the dark side of the Force, does that necessarily mean that you're going to be a Sith or that you're going to be a bad person? No,
because Jedi and Sith are not good and bad. They're just the orders
that
yin and
do
yang.
It. Yeah,
same kind of thing. Like if you're you can be a martial arts user, but you're not. Cal's not a monk.
Yeah,
same kind of thing. It just depends on
are
what.
You?
It just depends on what
you are in Diablo.
Your religion is, it's how you use the Force. That's the religion you subscribe to. That's why there's the Jedi, that's the religion.
Yeah.
Sith is the religion, and then the gray Jedi, which are kind of in the middle. Kind of like, I like to think of it kind of like Native Americans, how they're like, no, it's, take from, it's all around.
Yeah.
Some things are not good to do.
It's a very harmonious.
Yeah, things work together.
Yeah.
So
it's like chakra.
There we go.
Like chocolate.
But So what do you guys think? What do you think is the next episode, or even past that? What do you think happens with Grogu now?
That's what I want to talk about. Who do you think he was reaching out to? Who do you think is going to come get him?
Was it specifically one person that he's reaching out to?
No, it was a beacon.
It's a beacon.
I
So there's
think
three.
There are three options.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Ezra Bridger.
That's one.
Bridger.
A Sebastian Stan Mark Hamill. Or Luke Skywalker.
Because they said that that's who they would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he
that's
looks
who they look.
just like him.
Yeah.
But I think bringing a young Luke Skywalker into it would be awesome. We can see what happens in between episode 6 and 7.
Because there's some.
What did he do? Because he went from literally young to old, about to die.
Because he's building it up. Mm-hmm. And we might get a spin-off series if it... So, all right. This is all just... I just thought of this in my brain right now.
I wonder if he reached out to Obi-Wan.
If Luke Skywalker comes and gets Grogu to be in his like Jedi that he's training, if we do get to see a young Ben Solo, like train, then we get to see him turn into Kylo Ren. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be very, very sick. What was your third one?
And then my third one, Mace Windu.
So I obviously, because this is it's all speculation.
Yeah.
But I've seen that in talks as well.
Yeah, I've seen Mace Windu a lot.
Because he could totally still be alive.
Yeah, because he could
He
still
was
be
thrown
alive.
out a window, which
So was everybody.
Jedi have survived.
Falls before jumps
worse.
anyway.
Yeah, Jedi have
Just puts a
survived.
flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
Jedi survived long falls and had all their limbs cut off. I mean, look at Anakin and Luke and Darth Maul. They could lose half their body. They could still survive with the Force. They could be projected out of their bridge into space and fly back in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't want to talk about that. Please,
It's so dumb.
I don't want to talk about that. That even in the Star Wars world, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But
you get sucked out into space, you're dead. Leave it be.
Ezra Bridger is definitely my leading candidate,
I agree.
especially after they name dropped Thrawn.
I agree.
But to keep money wise and to have more shows and everything for Disney Plus and Disney, I think having a Luke Skywalker and then having its own series would be awesome, because then off of that you could even go into a Knights of Ren series or see the Knights of Ren in the Luke Skywalker series.
Well, you got to remember now they're covering a pre-everything Star Wars. They're going to be having a new Star Wars. What is it?
The New Republic?
Yeah,
the High Republic.
High Republic. That's it. Yeah, but they're doing that.
That's gonna be cool, dude.
Yeah,
there's a
Do
lot.
Old Republic before High Republic, please.
Dude, there's a lot of
please, I know
Star
the
Wars
Old
stuff
Republic.
planned. It's gonna be.
It can go on forever.
And
I want to
and
live
you-
forever so I can watch all the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As long as you don't do what they did for the last trilogy, you know, if you have
different directors.
The last trilogy, the issue with that is the fact that they got money hungry and they tried to Disney-fy Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's
We don't want Disney-fy.
Well,
Mandalorian is a testament to that.
yeah. They learned from that mistake.
Just have
you
Dave
know?
Filoni and John Favreau direct everything from here on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just let
you know
them
what?
do
And
it.
Taika Waititi, he did a
Just
really
give
good
all
job
three
too.
of them Bryce Dallas Howard, she did great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just let
everyone
them,
who did the different episodes in Mandalorian season
yeah,
1 were
like let them do
But
it.
There
Let
needs
them
to
get
be
those
the
those
Mandalorian
trilogies.
needs to have oversight. Not the Mandalorian. The Star Wars universe needs to have oversight from the fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't just throw someone in there who's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you made movies before."
My least favorite part of 7, 8, 9, there were obviously things like the flying in outer space back to your ship
Yes.
that
The
I didn't
ending.
agree with. But episode 8 was a good story. It was a good movie. It wasn't a good Star Wars, but I think it's because they decided, let's have a director for this one, a director for this one. Oh, crap, that was a terrible idea. Let's get the one from the first movie back for episode 9.
Yeah.
And episodes 9 and the
So
ending
7
was
and 9 makes sense.
so stupid.
I kind of liked it, but episode 8 didn't feel like it belonged
Yep.
between 7 and 9, especially since they retconned a bunch of things.
So I loved and hated the ending. One, I hated that it's like, oh, you're dead. Now you're alive. Now I'm dead.
Yeah, no,
Goodbye.
that part was
And then the thing I liked
bad.
was the yellow lightsaber.
yeah.
So the ending was
I
like
thought
a
you were talking
twofold.
about like the whole duality thing.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the voices, the fighting Palpatine with
Yeah.
the 2 lightsabers.
That was cool.
Did
Yeah.
you guys know
Yeah.
back in the day, like back when it was like, I think it was pre-episode 2 even, like Clone Wars, pre-Clone Wars episode 2, they had a couple of Star Wars games. Plo Koon's lightsaber was actually supposed to be orange.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Yeah,
that's in the Jedi Fallen Order. You could have an orange lightsaber.
Yeah,
that's what I used until
weird.
Interesting.
I got my sign.
And Star Wars: The Old Republic, you can use orange lightsabers as well. I was like, ooh.
There's a ton of colors that aren't in the movies.
Yeah,
that need to be.
Yeah.
The only one that's profound in the movies is purple.
Yeah,
because of Mace Windu.
I wanted a yellow. I wanted a double-bladed fast little lightsaber.
He's like, I want purple. They're like, well, we don't really do purple. He goes,
write it into the lore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samuel was like, yeah, I need purple. Yeah. Give me purple. I like it.
But yeah, those are ones like, you don't see purple.
Yeah.
You don't see yellow. Mm-hmm. You don't see the silver.
No.
Never see the silver.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see the white
sabers.
sabers.
Saw the black.
So good.
We've gotten silver and black.
Yep.
In this, right?
There's also the black fractured lightsabers, which are kind of like the dark saber. But they're basically like how Kylo Ren's crystal is, but for black crystals.
I really liked Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I did too, but it doesn't make
weird,
sense.
Man.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
If you're swinging it around, you're gonna cut your wrist off.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like the whole
having a safeguard on a sword is a good idea, but when the safeguard is just more of the death beam,
why?
Not a good idea.
But that's another thing is Jedi can actually force bond with their lightsabers in that way to kind of protect themselves from that.
To it.
So it's not like we would, where it's like, oh crap, I cut off my hand with my cross guard. You know, for them, it's like, don't worry, because they force move the lightsaber while they're moving it. So it's not unheard of to do that because there's been force whips, force axes, stuff like that. There's been,
how attuned do we think Kylo Ren was to anything except his emotions?
Honestly, I think he had a pretty good control of the lightsaber.
He shot that Hot Topic.
Chest.
He definitely did.
I'm
sorry. Pre-2010 Hot Topic.
Yeah,
right.
Not this pop.
He's not trying to collect pops. He's trying to get Panic at the Disco
death metal.
Yeah.
I really want the flocked pop.
So what do we think happens with Grogu?
They're going to test him.
Yeah, they're going to continue doing their tests because, of course, you saw Moff getting like, yes, we got our test subject back. Like, let's go. We got our donor.
Yeah.
So, and it was cool to see. I liked how Moff Gideon was actually sitting there looking at him and talking to him like face to face, like I'm right here in your face and I'm talking to you. See this? And he tried to get it from him. He's like, "Oh no, you're not gonna do that." Sorry.
Yeah, not
Did
yet.
you catch the Christmas story reference? No, you'll poke your eye out.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Like, that's funny.
I didn't notice that.
Cara Dune is now part of the New Republic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is. I saw that. Like,
Side
what?
note. I think we might get a New Republic spin-off series too.
She's a Republic
that
Marshal.
has Cara Dune.
I was surprised to see
She's
that.
a fan favorite.
She's a fan favorite. No matter what the articles say, don't trust Huffington Post. She's a fan favorite.
She definitely is.
We're fans.
I like to see her.
She's a favorite.
I like to see her too.
I think there's gonna be. I would love to see it be like a long story arc, but I think they're gonna get Grogu back in after one episode. Not the next one, but the one after that. They'll have.
There's
him.
only 2 episodes left.
Maybe.
I know what I think is gonna happen.
There's only 8 episodes.
They've guaranteed only 8 episodes.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah.
They're normally 10.
Well, the first season was 8
8
episodes.
Right.
Well, I think because I think they expanded it to 10.
That's what I thought, but
Hey,
maybe
Google.
I'm wrong. I don't know.
No,
Hey Google.
But
Please don't say if someone's
please
listening to it at home.
no.
Don't do it.
Alexa.
Anyways,
Stop. But anyway, here's what I think is going to happen.
yeah.
I think that they're going to be able to actually test on Grogu. I think they're going to be testing on him. They're going to put him through basically torture. And I think what's going to happen is Mando is going to be the only one who's going to be able to reach out to bring him back. I think it's going to make him angry and hateful.
Dark side.
And Dark Side is going to come out. And I think he's probably going to beat the shit out of Boba Fett. I really do. I think he's going to beat the shit out of Boba Fett. He's going to beat the shit out of everyone. And then I think he's probably going to beat the crap out of Mando a couple times too.
And that's what brings him back, or like brings him around.
And then I think Mando's probably going to pull out the little ball.
Oh, my heart already.
He's
This
gonna
has to be what happens, or I'm going to be disappointed.
who you are.
Remember. Okay, Mufasa.
Remember.
I'll do it Hellboy.
Simba.
Grogu.
Dude, you want to talk about like tropes? That's an anime trope right there. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're losing their temper and it's just like, remember where you came from. Remember your friends.
Remember.
No, that's what I think is going to happen. I think Grogu, because that's what she was saying. She was like, his emotions are strong.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna have a little It's going to have a little temper tantrum.
And
it's going to bring out the dark in him. And I think because right now they're kind of going the opposite way of what they were in the original Star Wars movies about connections and love and relationships. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're starting to be like, no, relationships do make you strong, just the right kind. And I think Mando's going to have to be the one to be like, don't give up on us, baby. Like, he really is going to have to call out to him. That's my way of looking at it. If I'm writing Mandalorian, that's my season finale.
I like that.
I like it.
I think he's going to go, baby. I think Grogu, because he's obviously very force sensitive, he's strong. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to end up having like a star killer kind of
I hope they don't make him a Jedi. I hope he gets his own special Mandalorian helmet with the ears that stick out the side.
With the darksaber.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Not even able to carry it.
Whoa. And that I actually saw something this morning. That's a callback to the first time Luke Skywalker held a lightsaber. When he looks down the barrel of it. When he tries to reach for the darksaber. Yeah. And Moff Gideon's like, no. You're going to hurt yourself with that.
Yeah, you're going to hurt yourself with that.
You're not ready for this yet.
No.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
But overall, those last two episodes, they were so
amazing.
good.
They were good.
Who do you guys want to be the one that picks up Baby Grogu if it's a Jedi?
Probably young Luke.
Young Luke? I probably, with you, Tyler, Azar will show up eventually.
I think it's going to be Ezra Bridger, but I want Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
It's a good business.
Well, it's not only a good business strategy, but quote unquote, he's the child of prophecy. Mm-hmm. So you would expect that anybody that is left, he would train, because that's how everyone saw Yoda, and so he was trained by Yoda, and he's trying to carry on that legacy. That's how I feel, with the story.
I really want it to be Mace Windu. Mm-hmm. Because I want Boba Fett to have his closure.
Yes.
Okay.
I want Boba to finally be like, you. And I want them to have like a fight. Because obviously Mace Windu is going to be old. Boba Fett's older. I want them to have a fight. And I want Boba Fett to be... I want Boba Fett to beat Mace Windu in that little fight. But not kill him. Mm-hmm. And I want it to be to the point of where he can kill him. And then he just stops. And he'd be like, you see, I didn't kill you because I'm better than you. You should have taken mercy on my father. Mm-hmm. He couldn't fly away. Just something like that. Just where he has that closure of I could have killed you, but I didn't because I'm better than that.
Do you think they would cast Samuel L. Jackson, or do you think he's too old now?
Come on.
Well, Mace Windu would be old.
No,
if they can bring back Tamara Morrison and they can bring back Luke and they can bring... It doesn't matter.
Yeah. They would definitely bring...
Well, would you want a CGI face... If it is Luke Skywalker, do you want a CGI face Mark Hamill?
No.
To look like it? Or do you want Sebastian Stan?
Sebastian Stan.
To maybe do something with his face to make it look even closer to Mark Hamill.
Yeah, you could, because you can do little things. But I'm not saying like
maybe
what was that
arm with a star on it.
What was that Will Smith movie that just came out?
Gemini Man.
Yeah, I'm not saying go full Gemini Man.
Yeah,
like just throw a kid that looks similar and that's fine. They did the same thing with.
Have you seen a side by side of the two of them?
I have. They're pretty spot on.
It's super sick.
Yeah, so I agree. Mace Windu, I can't wait. If they do that, I could see them, Boba and Mace, going at it and
just
Boba
to have
winning.
that closure. Just
and
so
Mace Windu cuts off Boba Fett's head. He's like, I've seen that helmet drop.
It would. So I think any way that they go with it, it'll probably end up really good.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I don't see this season's disappointing, but other than that, I think we're really excited for the next episode. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the good. Go. That's how you know you've written a good story.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's not predictable. The fact that and you know what the funny thing is, the fact that we're all talking about it and all of them seem doable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They didn't close anything out. Anything's doable.
Anything is wide open.
That's awesome.
Yep.
But other than that, I think that'll really cover it. I'm really happy with how the season's going. I'm very proud of all of the people that are working so hard on it. Acting,
season 1 was good.
producing,
Season 2 is phenomenal.
editing, everything. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thanks, Dave Filoni, John Favreau, and everyone else.
Thanks, literally everyone who's been involved. Even the people that are doing the smallest of jobs. Yep. Thank you.
Even the people who are getting edited out
Thank
of the
you, craft
scene.
services. Thanks, watch guy.
Yeah, thanks that one guy that was in the scene with the T-shirt.
Thanks, helicopter pilot that unbeknownst to was in there. But other than that, I think this will cover it until next time. But we will see you guys later.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
See, I didn't do a funny that time.